Yeah, with another style. Okay, man. I woke up in a good mood. I don't know why, but I'm feeling so good, like I want the whole wood. I'm not gonna put on a t-shirt today.
Today is August 2nd, 2025, and in history, Kabaka Mwanga mumumanyi. Now, in history, on 2nd August 1910, yes, 1910, Kabaka Mwanga's remains, Kabaka Mwanga the second, his remains were returned, yafira exile, in 1903, and in 1910, nebakumyao his remains, nebamuteka mu Kasubi tombs. That's in history. And then, of course, that's when Uganda was now trying to reconcile with the people that had taken over Abazungwe. Yeah. And then, of course, 2nd August 1969, Pope Paul VI yasibula okuva mu Uganda, yali azze okukyalirako Uganda, and then that's when he left n'afuluma. And then, of course, yali azze 31st July, we yali azze mu okukyalirako Uganda. Like the other popes have been coming to visit. That's a bit of history for us to know about the 2nd of August. Welcome to the weekly roundup.
Jump, jump. Jump, jump.
And then, of course, this week tubadde celebrating amatikira ga Kabaka, agasa tumwebiri, the 32nd coronation anniversary, but chabade celebrated between 31st July and 1st August. The Kabaka was not there physically because of medical advice, but the katikiro nga bulijjo yamukiikiridde n'asindika a strong message yagambye banna Uganda ba Abaganda to be careful with the politics na biche ebiyinza okuvaamu obviously. And then, of course, kusaba kwabaddewo under the theme men should be champions in the fight against HIV, and protect the girl child. Okimanyi nti no mu Uganda and mu Buganda, majority of the time abakyala they don't have choice during the activities, the sexual activities. Kitegeeza nti majority of the protection of the women comes from us the men. So okwabadde yabadde message yabadde mu kusaba okwabadde celebrating a 37th coronation anniversary of the Kabaka. Awangale ayisa abasajja Kabaka wa Buganda, nze Arthur Kisenyi omufumbe. And of course, guys, this week Uganda launched the pilot of the automated vehicle inspection. They started with government vehicles. Now what this does, it does automatically. Byuma nebikebera emissions, nebikebera brakes, nebikebera wiring, nebikebera how the engine is running, nebikebera leakages and stuff like that. Which tegera. So batandise, they have not yet confirmed when they are going to be starting with private vehicles, but for now they are saying that they have started with government vehicles, and we are waiting to see when that will happen. So they are testing brakes, the steering, how's the steering, wheel alignment, wheel balancing, but they do kubyuma okisegera neba emoroka erietya, and there will be nice manyi coordinations outwedde emissions tuwedde moroka zigenda kendera mu Kampala kasitaba na testinga emissions ezo brakes zonna tusobola zikola okitegeera leakage tusobola okuzikola naye ku emission yawo emoroka nyingi ngate tutogedde ku taxis zokka emoroka nyingi zigenda kuva ku kubo. But whenever they roll out the private vehicle inspection, fetuli ready fama nkufe, we have no problem. Emoroka mutandiko zinabira abetako siba engine musibe engine abetago kola ku rack empya muziteke because even now agenda bigezesa. Well, good luck to the Ministry of Works as they roll this thing out. Nera enguze ejja kuba okujja nga balise bazunga be bakebera naye banagayo bakebera enguze egenda kufuna weeyita mukama asasire simanyi General Katumba wamala bo planning ze kukijjawo ujanga mulisa abajapani oba naye abachina n'abachina kimanyi bali abajapani benda banga bayinza obutali anguzi simanyi General Katumba wamala bo tegese naye nze magaliza bisima byerere. And then, of course, you remember how they suspended the auto EPS mujukire system yokuba epapulanga camera yechikuba, and then you have to pay that for that receipt in 72 hours. You remember that thing? So it was suspended, and apparently the story was that the president yali ku Ntebe Road nimoroka ziri ku bitala obugombe bwe nebukuba ne bagana fe bitala bigenda tukuba ekipapula, and the story is that that's the day it was suspended. Now they have not yet rolled it back again. Bali batuwadde omwezi gumune gwayise kodda. So what they are saying, what the Ministry of Works is saying, is that they are going to start consulting the public. Now, there is a spokesperson Alan Sempebwa, he said that the system had been rushed. He admitted, according to the news I have here, that the system had been rushed. They are going to consult. They are going to create what they call consultation groups. The drivers, probably passengers, and pedestrians. Some of the things they're going to consult on is obviously the 30-kilometer rule, 30 kilometer per hour rule. Banga kubanga fananyi ku Yusuf Lulero ogamba omuntu avuge 30 kilometers per hour. Ku Maka fananyi ogamba omuntu avuge 30 kilometers per hour ku Lugogo bypass. Okitegera, obviously it's safe, but it might not be feasible. Until 40 kilometers is still safe, 50 kilometers is still safe. Like highways, mutawuni obumuli 50 kilometers, and as long as someone is actually doing 50 kilometers per hour, tasobola kutomera abantu. Neke tugobogamba abantu bakole 30 kilometers per hour. Bavugenga batalina gye balaga, obakube ebipapula nga bya sente emitwalo nkaaga, nga atalina sasula in 72 hours. Ebintu ebyo bingi baali babikola, balagira ddala nti babipapya. So but what the Ministry of Works is saying is that they are going to come and consult us before they relaunch. May the good Lord be with you guys at the Ministry of Works. So obviously the question is, if the auto EPS system was taken away, because the ipapula government sent nyingi, these days aba traffic badde bakwata nnyo ipapula, and apparently I've got reports that traffic police bikwata ipapula bye byasooka ebyawe bikadde tebabyagala bagamba sasula bino ebyasembe kubanga bivaamu sente empitirivu, birimu sente empitirivu, sente zidabulinga nnyo ate ziba nnyingi. Kati the question is, bebakuba ipapula ebyo, since now we know that this thing was rushed, bagenda baddiza sente zaabwe obezo zafa. But obviously I think everybody knows the answer, but the government could probably answer. Mukulu Alan Sempebwa oyinza okujja n'oddamu abantu n'obabwira be twakuba ipapula luli ne mubisasula sente za mutugenda zifa ne government tesese tesese zibaba bazigulamu demmotoka z'abayimpi. And then of course the CHAN mumanye the Africa Championships, CHAN egenda kubeerawo e Nambole, and what they are going to do is between 2nd and 29th of August, which is tomorrow, which is today actually, between today and 29th August bagenda kudivertinga traffic, tugenda kubona kubanga n'Entebbe Express ne Northern Bypass bagenda kudivertinga, because omuntu avuga okuva Entebbe n'agenda paka Nambole nga yize ku Northern Bypass, so they are going to divert traffic a little bit. And waliwo zones bagenda katenga ku jokers babigere bagenda otambulyawo emmoroka ezaffe z'abantu ba bulijjo tezigenda gendayo Nambole, VIP bagenda okugendayo. Gwemanya nti guno omwezi traffic is going to be disorganized, tugenda kubona jamu agenda kubeera mungi and a lot of that, but well, it's for the sport. Uganda ngaffe tufunamu because we get a lot of publicity, we got a lot of media attention and stuff like that, and I Uganda Cranes mweri Uganda Cranes mweri eri kuye kifo kya kumeka omanyi sigobeera nnyo mupiira naawe togumanyi kale nga bwonoonya. And of course what they are saying is that training zigenda beera wankulu ku stadium Kyambogo University ne ku Fufa grounds kati era nawo agenda kubeerawo, era kati awo nawo manya traffic agenda kuba mu binnyonnyo abe wankulu ku Kyambogo University awo nawo agenda kuba wafu okitegeera. So anyway, but Uganda hosting Group C eya fixture Nambole, mulimu Algeria, Niger, Guinea, South Africa okitegeera, and officials bagamba nti zigenda kubeera temporary, and bwe baba nga omupiira tugenda maaso nga traffic atambula normal, omupiira bwe bagenda maaso nga byonooneka. But anyway, Uganda, good luck, and of course you guys should thank God, and you guys for God and my country. Mwebaza okuba nti tufunye omukisa kuno hostinga abatunda ebintu namwe mukama abawo omukisa, ab'amaduuka gali awo okumpi, aba Rolex okitegeera mugenda kuba mu kikuba, n'abawuba bagenda kuba bakikuba. I woke up in a good I don't know why. And then of course I think that was on Thursday, a truck that was loaded with wood overturned on the Northern Bypass. Wabeerawo kajamu nali Kalerwa unaliva mu inspection, kajamu nga wekaninga it overturned between Kalerwe and Kawala, and kajamu nga kakwatidde ddala okitegeera. But most of the time it's speed, banaga basajja ba lole bavuga badduka, they should meet. Ate nga lole ezo tezikwatwa akoba aninnyinizo aba traffic, as traffic officers are stopping us ab'emmoroka entono, aba lole trailer biki bo basigala babayitako nga ate bavuga bubi. I don't know what happens and why they are saying so. Kawala ka flyover ka Kawala ko mukategedde ako oba ovudde Kalerwe noyite Bwayise, ka flyover kali awo kayite Kawala kagwe kagende kagwe Bwayise. So that's what happened, and of course tebamanyi lwaki emoroka yagudde, oba driver yavuze obubi, oba emoroka yabadde mu mbeera mbi, oba they are still advising yeah kati era because of that kajamwe kabeerawo ebiseera ebisinga osoma nnyo embeera n'oyita in alternative routes ekituyamba northern bypass buli wali roundabout waliwo karuti kosobola okuvaako n'ogenda oyita ewalala. And then of course Uganda it has been listed among the top 10 African countries with the highest fuel prices as of July 2025. Now, they are saying a liter of petrol costs us $1.04. Now, it's $1.437. A Kenya, it costs $1.428. However, the average in the world, the average in the world is $1.33. Otegera kati fetuba waggulu nnyo. Otegera, of course we are a landlord country, so after ogenda okutuuka wano gaba gasasudde emisolo mingi, transport costs zigendezemu nyingi, but obviously even our currency is not as stable as we think. But also I find that even the taxes that our government takes are too much. Bintu bingi bifula amafuta gafa agebe. From what I see, the difference is like 10 cents, 11 cents. Me, I think it's not really that bad. Webanga bala batunda $1.33 gafetula $1 for kali tugambe 44 cents. 11 cents zezeyongeddemu si sente nyingi ennyo, but I also figure that the government should try and work on making sure that naffe amafuta getugula gabaga rice, because the business will boom a little more. Kati bwe tubeera tuli in the top 10, the top 10 countries in Africa azitunda, kati we tulina ku benchmarkinga nsi ki ezikyasiza okutunda amafuta aga rice mu Africa, then awo tugezeeko okugira. And of course kati cyane engeri gyejje Uganda wano amafuta gayinza okweyongera okulinya ate tegakka, buli bwe galinnya geeyongera kubeera waggulu, and that's a very bad thing. So I find that the ministry of ebeera ministry ki awo ino tukolako, ebeera ministry of works and transport ne ministry of finance balina tukolako bafuba okulaba nga amafuta gaffe gakkamuko tusobole okumalako, kubanga amafuta we galinnya buli kimu kirinnya. Eventually it will be unbearable to buy food, to get transport to work, everything bijja kuba biri expensive. Computers zaffe zino zetuleeta zetukozesa, camera zetukozesa, it will be very expensive. So mukulu kasaija tukoleko baba.
I'll make you smile.
And then in the UK, the Supreme Court is ruling on what they are calling the car financing ruling. It's going to rule. Now, waliwo omusango gwalopebwa mu kooti nga bagamba when someone goes to buy a car at a dealership and they want to get financing, the dealership gets a commission. So eyatwala omusango mu kooti agamba banks and the financiers should come out and tell the person buying a car how much commission they are giving the dealership. Abazungu no bali meticulous, mabirizi wano yeka agenda okulopa emisango bwegityo. But what they are saying, bwe ngenda mu bank nensaba financing, bank webega ba commission engambe fe wano kye tuyinza okukola kwe kutwala baddiira b'emmoroka mu court batubuye sente mekaze bagabira ba broker. Otegeera kuba ezere mo osobola okusanga broker ali sente nyingi okusinga ddiira. So but the ruling is not yet out, and they are saying that guno omusango bwe gunaayitamu kigenda bakifiiriza not only the banks but also the dealers. And then of course what this ruling means is that if you bought a car before 2021, kitegeeza senga omusango guno guyitamu, you can go back to your bank and ask for a payback. Let me just make this clear. If you went to a bank to get financing in the UK, not in Uganda, and the bank gave commission to the dealership, let's say you bought a car £10,000 and the bank gave commission of £500 to the dealer, if the ruling says they should tell you, then you can go back to your bank and say give me back my £500 because you gave commission and you did not declare. So they should declare and probably you bargain on it. Even the delays in the justice system is not, the delays are not normally friendly for us. But well, good luck to all the consumers that we are part of this case. And then of course in Quebec, which is in Canada, but drivers, car owners are suing manufacturers, over insecurity of their car. Their cars are too easy to steal. Emoroka zinezaffe eza push to start. Zino. Kati neyange nzibu yakuba because neyange isunzo kigenda munga cha benze ekimuuna. But the cars that have push to start, where you just place the key on the button and then you press, or where you just have to have a button, the key in your pockets, and the car starts. They are suing auto manufacturers over the insecurity of their cars. So many cars have been stolen, and now they are saying it's because these manufacturers are not making their cars as secure as they should be. So and if they sue, we are suing. Auto manufacturers will include $1,500 for every car that was stolen. And now $1,500 will be donated to a charity that is that advocates for consumer protection of car owners. Kati bo bali abantu bakulira ddala ebintu ebiri serious. Okyeyanga bolaba for the love of cars weri wonti esobola okulwanirira abagula emmoloka negamba katugenze mu court tugenze kuwawabira musango. Bond ziyitiridde okubba abantu ne tuwawabira. So there is a not for profit there that is basically protects consumers. Okitegeera. So, but I don't know who wins, but there are a lot of car makers: Toyota, Honda, Hyundai, Nissan, Mazda, FCA, Ford, Audi, BMW, Kia, Mitsubishi, Subaru, Volkswagen, and Volvo. Now there are people that were saying German vehicles can be stolen. Now Volkswagen Baba Rope Canada. Bagamba. The judge ruled against the request to include Porsche, Jaguar, and Land Rover, and Mercedes-Benz and BMW. The class action excludes cases involving ultra-wideband technology. Now, what happens? Bagamba, these smart keys, the push to start keys. Omuntu asobola okubeera nga ekisumuzo kyo kiri mu nnyumba ng'ali bweru n'akola copy yakyo. It's a bad thing, and I think they have the right to actually report. And then, of course, a family was stranded on holiday when their car was one of the cars that were recalled. So Citroen recalled over 120,000 vehicles in the UK. Now, they said that the airbags that were put in the cars are dangerous. They can pop all of a sudden. And when they pop, they have killed a lot of people. And because they have killed a lot of people, they're saying, it even brings a warning on the screen. Parking and Banabantu Bagamba Boba spending over £1,000 just to take back the car for recalling. Now, new airbags were replaced, but they come airbags in that. But now this person, mu family no bwaita Emma, agamba nkyatidde wadde batadde airbag nina ate tebatuddiza sente zaffe ze twatadde mu kakari okutwala yo morokezo. Okitegeera kati ffe wane morokezo tujja zigula ki airbag kipopinga kiti ng'oginyonnyola abantu airbag ya popinze naye nga tamanyi lwaki ya popinze, tamanya nti it's a factory error. But that's what they said. And the company is called Stellantis. And of course they are saying that the airbags have killed over 35 people. Now airbag airbag it's supposed to pop when you knock something to protect you. Newe kipopinga nga tewali accident jukire kyekango batolina kye weekanze weekanga airbag ekisobola okukuba naye abo nabo balina birwadde byabwe nze airbag atenzita airbag atenzita amanya abazungu banafu tenzita yali ekubyeko amanya budu alina propaganda mungi ababadde mu accident ate oyinza n'okugenda mu accident airbag ya Uganda nitapopinga nigana ne nze airbag atenzita eze Uganda bajja mu sensa abamu tebasiba misipi bwato sibye musipi airbag tepopinga airbag epopinga osibye omusipi so epopinga osibye omusipi bwato sibye omusipi gwe yo terimu ya baga eyo terimu ya baga shwadiwe ekyo kirimu si airbag kiri awo eyo terimu. And then of course there is a team that is facing 63 counts of vandalizing vehicles. Omanya abavuga bagenda nawandika kumoroka now omwana bamutute mu court bagala kumusiba ku vandalizing moroka. If you have a teen brother or a teen sister that constantly goes nakona ku moroka zaba ulio badde mu moroka yange nkola videos zange za TikTok omwana ajja nakona ku moroka nezwe mugagwe toddamu kona ku moroka z'abantu abantu balina ebizibu byabwe omuntu emoroka ye agikoleredde emyaka 2 okugifuna ojjo ogikone. And then in Ohio, a customer failed to pay their installments on a car that they borrowed from a dealer. The dealer took the car. The customer went to their URSB, registered the dealer's name. Tubagamba nnyo registering a company temwagala registering a business name. Oli asise moroka ya customer. Customer nagani bana abantu bakola biki nagenda ku URSB yabwe. Na registering erinnya yabwe na ayitaka kati company yabwe ye. asobola n'ogenda n'agamba erinnya lyange mulekerawo dikozesa kaya ate senga agenda maaso n'afuna ne trademark mwe abantu abakola business nga business card ozina nga company teriiyo mmwe people will revenge akalowoozo k'olunaku people that come and sit in our cars mulinnya ku biwempe bya plastic omuntu ajja agenda kutula moloka n'asooka linnya kana akantu kano aka plastic akali wano akayingira mu moloka n'akakulubula bwajja ekiwempe kya plastic n'akireka eno n'alinnya eno ng'ekiwempe kya plastic kirwano seriously makkati n'alinnya eno ne mudduga z'emmoloka zaffe gula eyiyo genda mu yiyo nze because nze sina nnyo mpisa nze sivuga moloka z'abantu ne bwe tugenda mu inspection bwe tugula emmoloka eyo lisijja envuga yange naye gwe otudde emmoloka ya munno n'osalawo ogidduga egwe twabadde mu inspection makanika gwe nabadde nkola naye atudde eri n'asala n'ateeka eno agagatto ge bw'otuula mu kifo tuulaawo teweenyinyana kale nyeenya ebitundu ebira naye amagulu gateeke mu kifo kimu ku kiwempe kya plasitiki muddugaza emmoloka ne musaamu ettaka abantu abamu tebagenda mu washing basin na vacuum cleaner ne muddugaza langira omuntu yenna eyali alinnye mu mmoloka yo n'ava ku kiwempe n'alinnya ebbali abantu abatutamiza emmoloka tetyagana batwalako mwe mututesa tinti omukwafu ennyo mu mmoloka tubayiteko nga temututegedde linnya ku kiwempe kya plasitiki. And the tip of the week, guys, before you turn, indicate if you're turning right, left. If you're turning left, indicate and then turn. Don't turn before indicating. Some of you guys turn then indicate. That's wrong. Indicate. It will save you a lot of headache. And even when you indicate, nebo kutekako indicator, linda ko kuweta paka ngokakasiza nteri baboda bamatabu aboda ate tulina kyabakolera. There is a clip I saw of a guy oba nsiiki balina omuntu agenda n'akuba ababoda ku mitwe kasa bavuga ebyekisiro papa alina ekintu kiringa muggo genda kuba ne baddamu ne batereze ebyo badde bavuze obubi. But please indicate before you turn left or right, and don't turn left or right even when you have indicated before you know it's safe. And today's comparison, guys, we are going to compare Android radio versus the normal CD. Buli radio bwa Sony mbutegedde akagenda mu CD nze kenyira mu moroka yange saawe eno kagenda mu MP3 kagenda mu cassette okitegeera obumalayo paka eri radio bumalenza akanga kakoma ku 90. And of course the Android radio that comes with amenities like you can watch Netflix, you can watch YouTube, you can use a flash SD card, Bluetooth. You can put a reverse camera on the same. Let's compare those two radios. Now, which one is better? If you're the kind of person that gets distracted very easily, gula ka radio ka Sony. Toteka screen mu moroka yo. If you're the kind of person aine moroka amataranga tigaraba nnyo, gula ka radio ka Sony. Toteka Android radio mu motoka. If you're the kind of person that has a kanga bikisunzo kijigula, toteka Android radio mu moroka. Teka mu ka radio ka Sony kali akavaako na aka face. Nga botuuka ewonyige pesa aka face n'okajjako n'oyingira nako mu nnyumba. Eyo radio bate bakyagidde kuba aka face oba okatutte. But if you're the kind of person that doesn't get distracted easily, the kind of person that has a car that does business like Uber, rideshare, special hire, take an Android radio. If you're the kind of person that has kids ngoyagala bagende nga bada so that they don't overtalk abaana benda kuvugira tebatukubanga emiguwa tetwogira naye abaana boogira omutabani ayinza okubuuza ebibuuzo omutabani wange amanyi okumbuuza ebibuuzo nenga kale kwate simu labe Netflix ng'ebibuuzo biyitiridde, so you can put an Android radio for them nobanga obamaliriza. But if you get distracted very easily, please don't put an Android radio in your car. Zonna zikola kyekimo, you can still get music, but you can get music without watching music videos. So it's important for you to choose knowing. You need to understand who you are, understand how you drive, and obviously use so. Chobo manya nti radio basone buwangala tokusinga Android radio. Android radio is to kolunga touch tezikyakola. Okitegeera so kati londa obulungi, make the right choice. Thank you very much for being part of this week's episode of the Car Weekly Roundup. I would like to remind you 30th August is going to be, that is like 28 days. It's going to be the Love for Cars Convention, the only event that puts you and your love for cars first. We're going to have a lot of stuff, a lot of fun, a lot of food, a lot of learning, a lot of sharing. Yeah, you can buy your ticket by calling the number 076-0045-116. And we are only selling tickets up to 23rd August. After that, Never ojja ku mulyango tojja gula ticket. We want the event to be as organized as possible. The ticket is only 50,000 shillings. That ticket also covers your food and the Love of Cars magazine. May the good Lord bless you this weekend. Ciao.
My name is Ongaria John Bosco. I'm a motor vehicle technician, specialized in wheel alignment, wheel balancing, and the rest of other mechanical parts in the car.
Where we would play, but before we play, yeah.
I welcome you all to the Love of Cars. I call upon you all at the convention that is going to take place at Bat Valley on 30th Saturday this month. To come see whatever we're going to do for you on your cars. We are going to check your cars. We are going to align them at appropriate amount, cost, and whatever that it needs to be fixed, we shall give you guidance and directives on how to cater for them. On the convention, our tickets are on sale, go for 50,000.
Jump, 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 jump.